Hot 97, Megan, Ryte?
DJ
Enuff, new
Yeah.
at 2. And I'm already loving, like, just the energy.
The vibes.
The vibes. We got Sir in the building.
Yeah.
First of all morning, I've been walking around the station showing your music video to people.
Oh, man.
And I've been like, oh, my God, this is an amazing song. And you guys have to listen to the song. And you don't have a choice. Like, literally,
That's
Mia,
good.
I literally sat with my computer and I was like, watch this video. This is my new favorite song. But before we get into
Thank
that,
you.
I want to backtrack a little bit to
Okay.
get people familiar with who you are. You're from Inglewood?
Inglewood, California,
Okay.
born and raised.
Oh, yeah.
I always wonder, like, when people are singers, like, at what point were you like, yo, I can sing?
Oh, man,
Like-
I still question myself at times, but
No.
I grew up in a musical family, though,
Okay.
so all my brothers sing, my mother sings, grew up in
Right.
church, you know, we sang every Sunday, it was nothing. So, I mean, it's never really been something that I thought about. I
Right.
think it's more about, like, just making the right words come across for my fans, you know what I mean? I'm more concerned about the lyrics than I am actually the melodies. The melodies will come, you know what I mean? But what am I saying? You know what I
Right.
mean? It's very important.
So did you start in... anybody who starts in church, I already can picture
Yes.
how
Like
that happened. When
cheat
did you
code.
start writing? When was it like, when did you write your first song? Do you
Oh
remember
man, I was 22.
Okay.
And my brothers started off as writers, and they built a studio in my dad's garage.
Okay.
And I started coming around like, man, this looks like fun. So just started, messing around. And my brother gave me a template for Pro Tools. I hopped in Pro Tools, recorded it. It was trash. And
that? We all had those moments. Like
it
my
was
first
trash.
mixtapes were
And
like,
I thank my brother because he told me he was like, yeah, this sucks, but write another one. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And he just kept me going. And, I loved it. I knew it wasn't the best, but it was still my interpretation. I got it off. So,
Yeah.
After that, I just kept at it. And, here I am.
That's
I
crazy.
like that though, because people be having a yes man around them, and you can always tell, and you're like,
Your brother's
you're
gonna
like,
keep it real
yeah.
with you.
Yeah, and he's my older brother. I'm the youngest, so they
Yeah.
don't care what I think.
Yeah. All right.
just
So
wanna be honest.
you realize you're like, okay, musical family, can sing, can write, and then how many odd jobs did you have before it started to become a professional?
That's a great
I
question.
love that
How
question.
many
That's a great
odd
question.
jobs?
That's
a great
Because
question, yeah.
what's crazy is people ask me that, and I've literally only DJ'd. Like that was
Really?
my because I started so
Oh,
young.
you're lucky.
That-
You're lucky.
Right, so people are like, I was
So-
in it, and I never had that. Like I started, the only thing that I did is I worked at a shoe store, but I DJ'd at the shoe store. So it became like that's
yeah.
it. But I've literally been a DJ since I was like 16. So I'm always interested in people's odd.
That's
odd
blessed.
jobs.
I wish that for like my children that they can choose something and just do it. You know
Me
what I mean?
too.
But
Not
I didn't
saying
have that.
I always did
I didn't
it
have that
well,
choice.
but-
Yeah. Nah, odd job after odd job. I've been working since I was like 16. I was that kid that wanted the car. So in
Okay.
high school, my parents couldn't afford the car.
Okay.
So I had to work to get the money to buy my own car. So
Yeah.
my first job was like Santa Monica Pier.
Okay.
Then after that, I started working at the bank. Then after that, I was
Sir
selling.
at the bank, sir on the name
Those
tag.
are still
Yeah.
cool kind of jobs.
Okay.
No, all right. So one of my worst jobs was I was selling carpets out of a Nordstrom's for like a third-party company, and they were like skimming off top, and the people under us were skimming at the bottom. Like I was throwing people's rugs in the back of their car,
Yeah.
and then taking the cash and putting it in my pocket.
Okay,
Like, yeah,
okay.
yes.
Nordstrom's is not listening right now.
I
Okay,
don't
okay.
care. It's 20 years ago, damn, I feel like. But no, I've done everything. I used to be a manager at a gym.
Yeah.
I worked at Guitar Center before I got signed.
All
so-
right.
Okay, a Guitar Center is like
That's a cool
everyone's
job.
fits our favorite place.
You would
to go
think
in
it's
there
a
and
cool
be-
job.
It's not.
I mean, it's nah.
Because all the candy's in there. Like for
Well, see,
DJ,
that's what I'm saying.
microphones,
I know
turntables,
some amazing
speakers.
DJs that work at Guitar Center and they can cut, but they can't DJ outside it because they just all day they just be in there like that's it. That's just what they be doing all day. And I'm like, yo,
That's
you nasty,
hilarious,
son. Like
yeah.
you're nasty, but then leaving that space, they
Right.
can't.
Yeah,
you know. So then you decided to take that leap of faith and was just like, this is what I'm gonna do full time. When did you decide to do that?
Well, nah. It's funny.
He's like, I'm still doing
Yeah,
it.
no.
No, I'm kidding.
Nah, I was putting music out before I started working at Guitar Center, and just wasn't getting the response I wanted to.
Right.
So I was like, man, I'm broke. So
Right.
I needed to make some more money. So
Yeah.
I got me a day job, and I still stayed working and stuff like that. But I think I signed to TDE, and I was still working at Guitar Center for another 9-10 months. Just making good decision. That's the best decision of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Before I, took the money that I was, about to make and started living off that, I just, stacked up and, let things
Okay,
kind of.
young artists, are you listening
Yeah,
to
young
this?
Take
artists.
notes.
Are you listening?
Yeah. So how did you sign with TDE? How did you meet? Who did you meet on that side first and was like, okay, this is
Maya Tola.
Okay.
I met Dave Free, man.
shout out to Day Free.
Yeah. He was with a young lady and she was playing my music on SoundCloud and he was like, who's that? It's like, that's Sir. You don't know about Sir? He from your side of the town. And he gave me a call, and that same week I was in the studio with J-Rock. We did a song for one of his projects, and just went from there.
History.
That's what happened, and then
sure.
here we are.
Yeah.
And now you're popping. You got a new song that dropped a few days ago.
Introduce it.
With Kendrick. So introduce it for the city, and then we're gonna talk about how the song came about.
Man, New York was happening, man. It's my new shit. Oh, can I say that?
It's okay. I'm gonna bleep you out.
We'll bleep it out.
This is Hair Down featuring Kendrick Lamar on Hot 97.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's new music right there from Sir featuring Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar. It's called Hair Down right here on Hot 97.
Yeah.
Make it right, DJ Enuff. Sir, you have amazing energy, I can't say. We have
Thank you.
done some interesting interviews in the past, even more recently.
And people are very dry.
Yeah, and you're
Like-
it's amazing to see. Not that you're obviously you've had a few projects out. Your last project was also amazing.
Thank you.
But just to see you here and with your energy and. Snoop Dogg posted a video yesterday.
You told me about it. You told me about
See, I
it.
told you, I've been talking about your music all morning. Snoop Dogg, I'm just watching, and I'm like, this song is, what's up? This is the one I was just listening to. And normally my hair, this is the first day my hair is not down.
Right.
Normally it's like,
Right.
how did it feel to see Snoop jamming in the car? It's like, Snoop, to your record.
I mean, it's just one of those surreal moments, man. I'm from the West, and I mean, I've never personally met Snoop. You know what I mean? And I can't say that all my family's met him, like in passing at the club and smoking with him, chilling.
Yeah.
But I've never like had a chance to actually meet him. So
Yeah.
for me, just knowing who he is to the West and what he's done in my life, it was an honor. I'm still in shock. It just happened.
Yeah.
I was flipping out in the back seat of the car when it happened, man. But
Starting a challenge, a hair down challenge with Snoop.
Yeah,
Snoop's
yeah,
hair
it's
is
going
always
down.
fire
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Always.
I gotta get you to pull your hair down.
First,
Your hair
it's
looks better than
normally-
Snoop's.
Yo, normally it's like,
Yeah, she always
but
has that.
I didn't like last. I was like, I gotta wash it, and then it's a process, and
Right,
What can we expect on this? You have an album coming out. Has the date been announced for when it's
Yeah,
when it's
August
dropping?
30th.
Okay, August 30th. New
Ooh.
album.
Yep.
What can we expect on this project from you? I know that's a generic question,
man.
but I'm sure TDE. You have some of the TDE fam gonna hop on it. Is there
Yeah,
anybody
definitely.
else that you worked with that you're like? Love this song. Are you not gonna tell me? You're looking over to management. I see you,
said just-
management. I see you. I did
right,
get
I'll
to
tell you
hear.
one.
You know,
I'll
I
tell
heard a
you
lot
one.
of the album this morning.
You did?
Management leaked it to me, but I'm not gonna leak it to the rest of the world.
Okay.
But it's really good.
I'll tell you one.
Okay.
I got a Jill Scott feature on
Okay. You know what?
Oh.
I can fire. I can imagine. I can imagine.
And shout out to Miss Jill, man. She already knows I'm super shy, and I'm like, I have nothing but
Shy?
the utmost respect. I mean, around her, I'm
Of
just
course,
like,
yeah.
I'm so reserved, and like, I call her Miss Jill, right? And she's like,
Does she
"Don't
like
call
that
me."
or no?
No, she does not. She
Okay.
doesn't like it
Okay.
at all. But I don't care. It's,
Yeah.
it's a respect thing. You know what I mean? I can't downplay the
Right.
respect I have for her.
Right.
So it just comes off very naturally. You know what I mean? She's Miss Jill, and she was just
She
so
sure is.
Yeah.
so loving, and like, man, that was such an experience. That was
How did you
surreal.
guys link though? Because Jill, like,
I started off as a songwriter.
Okay.
I started off as a recording engineer, and that kind of
Right.
led me into writing songs for other people. So on her last project, I was able to create with her. I helped write a few songs.
Right.
And, yeah,
That's dope.
Jill is a phenomenal writer too. So that's yeah.
Can you imagine how
right.
I felt? You
How?
know
What
I
kind
mean?
of pressure is that?
No, I
Being in the
mean,
room and
and-
being like, "Hey, write a song
Yeah.
for me." Jill Scott,
Right.
like,
And it wasn't even that. It was more so I was there when she was working with somebody else. And, I was just trying to find my place. So it started off me just singing. We sang backgrounds. Me and the homie
Right.
just came in, and I was in there
you
like,
just like,
I was trying to go in, but I think she just, she could see my intent was all good, and
Right.
I wanted to help. I didn't want to like take over or anything like
That's
that
good.
because I
Right.
had so much respect for her.
Yeah.
And I played her some records, and she found something that she gravitated towards, and then we just kind of went from there.
Yeah, it
And,
is.
I learned so much from her. You know what I mean? Just being around her, her energy, her mindset about work,
Yeah.
her work ethic.
what's
She's
something that she told
amazing.
you? What's something that you remember that kind of stuck with you? That you're like, okay, Miss Jill said this, so now I gotta keep this going. I gotta keep this
It
here.
wasn't something that she said so much. It's just how she moves. Like I just always remember seeing her with her books. Like she has these notebooks that she keeps in her bag. She probably has like 4 or 5 of them.
Can you scoot up a little?
Oh yeah, sorry. She pulls these notebooks out and just starts reading them. And at first, I didn't really know what was going on. I thought it might have been like a book or something that she
Right.
had, like a special book, but it's her notes
Wow.
of like song ideas and thoughts and things like that and poetry. And she just goes through her books and she'll pull one out and start reading it. Laugh. put it down, pull another one out, and start writing in it. And then put that one down, start reading another one. And just she goes through her thoughts and like really, you know, a lot of artists, you know, come in the studio and they're like, yeah, put me in the booth, put the beat on, let's mumble the lines. And then, you know, the way she decides to create is just so unique and it's just a beautiful thing to watch.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I take after her for sure. I write everything. I try to write everything down. Pen and pad, too.
Well, I can tell you're an amazing writer because your storytelling is also incredible because I'm just sitting here envisioning Jill in the studio just doing that. So I can imagine. So I'm very excited about your project. I'm very excited about your music.
Absolutely.
I think you're incredible. I think this is going to be great. What's the name of the project?
Chasing Summer.
Chasing Summer. Coming out on the 30th?
August 30th.
August 30th. Yep. Make some noise for Sir hanging out with us. You got to come back.